Hello everyone, my name is Christina and welcome to my channel Let's Get Reels. Today I'm going to be giving you a whole bunch of reasons in no particular order, no rhyme or anything like that, to go and watch the brilliant, amazing, hysterical, perfect comedy show Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I am a massive Brooklyn Nine-Nine fan. Love the show, can't get enough of it, and I really want to get it out there why if you don't watch the show, you should go watch it, or if you do, maybe we share the same reasons why we love it. And there are so many reasons, and I have managed to come up with a few along with some help from Tumblr. And I'm going to just spitball it and give you some reasons to go and watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine right now. But first, before I get to the reasons why you should watch the show, let me give you a breakdown of each of the characters. The show is led by Andy Samberg, who plays Jake Peralta. Jake is a big jokester, doesn't take a lot of things seriously. He still doesn't, but you know, from the first season to now, he's kind of chilled out a little bit. He still acts like a big kid, but that's just Jake, and he's very endearing. And then you have Captain Holt, who is very stone-faced and just talks very monotone. His voice level never changes. Sometimes it does when he gets excited about certain things, and it's hysterical. Andre Braugher plays him, and Holt just has some of the best lines of the series. And then you have Amy Santiago, played by Melissa Fumero, who's outrageously high-strung, very much perfectionist, great detective, and just like, she's such a nerd. She is a total nerd, and I couldn't adore her anymore. And you have my badass of badasses, Rosa Diaz, played by the amazing and very sweet Stephanie Beatriz. Rosa is my girl. She is just, everybody is terrified of her, and that is why I love her, because I strive to be Rosa. Yeah, Gina Linetti, who is Holt's secretary, played by Chelsea Peretti. Gina is just, she thinks she's a celebrity. In her own mind, in her own world, Gina is a celebrity. She's a very important person. She's very weird, and sometimes the stuff that comes out of her mouth, you're like, oh my god, I can't believe that. Next, you have Charles Boyle, played by Jolo Torolo. Boyle is a little bit too much to handle for me sometimes. He is outrageously nerdy. He is very clumsy. He is obsessed with Jake. Him and Jake are best friends. And I don't even know how to describe Boyle to you in a way that makes any sense. Like, you just have to go watch the series. Next, you have Terry Jeffords, played by Terry Crews. Terry is awesome. He's this big muscular guy, but he's very in touch with his emotional side. He can have a very feminine side, and he's obsessed with yogurt. Terry loves his yogurt. That is one thing that is hilarious about Terry. He also has kids, he has a wife, and he's always worried about them, and he also, because he's a sergeant, he minds after the squad like they're his work kids. Totally adorable. And then you have the older detectives, Hitchcock and Scully. They don't do much, but let me tell you, some of their lines, they come out like that, and you're like, whoa, what did they just say? And I'm usually left laughing my ass off with a lot of the lines that they say. So now that I have introduced you guys to the characters of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, here are some reasons why you should go and watch the show, and why a lot of the fans are very passionate about Brooklyn Nine-Nine. One of the things that a lot of people who watch the show really like about it is that it's very LGBTQ friendly. Captain Holt is a gay black captain who came out in the 1980s when there was rampant sexism and anti-LGBTQ things. So he's, you know, he's come a long way. He had a desk job before he became a captain, and he's just such a great guy. He's, you know, he has an LGBTQ group for gay black detectives and police officers. He started that on his own. You also have Rosa. Rosa came out as bisexual this past season, season 5. And it was a big thing because Stephanie Beatriz, who plays Rosa, is bisexual herself. And a lot of people were like, man, imagine if they made Rosa bisexual. How cool would that be? And Stephanie Beatriz said, you know, Rosa is just Rosa. Everybody's still scared of her. And, you know, a lot of the bisexual people who were in the movies, who have been in movies, who have been in TV shows, are always the villains. Rosa's not a villain. She is a big toughie with an absolutely soft heart. So I think that's like something that's amazing about this show, is that it is so good with the LGBTQ community. Couldn't be happier to watch a show that is so good like that. And to me, it's like true New York, you know? You have such a diverse cast. So let me get to the cast before I start with that. The cast has 2 African American actors, 2 Latina actors, and you know, how awesome is that? You know, it's New York. It's diverse. I used to work in the city, and I worked with a whole different array of people from different backgrounds, different cultures, different ethnic groups. It was amazing. This is New York, you know? It's not like CSI New York where you had like all white people and then 1 African American person. No, this is like 2 Latinas, 2 African Americans, and then yes, you have like 4 or 5 white people. But that is New York, and it's great. I love that about Brooklyn Nine-Nine so much. I usually have a big issue with characters kind of headbutting a lot. To me, if you constantly have characters that headbutt and are always down each other's throats and arguing, that gets really boring, because it's like, who the hell would want to work for these people? It's just, you know, with them, it's nuts. Brooklyn Nine-Nine is not like that. Yes, they do butt heads, they argue. Jake and Amy are dating, but they still argue, they have fights. You know, Boyle and Jake had arguments in the first few episodes of season 1. Gina, Amy, and Rosa were not really friends, you know, and Holt and Terry have their disagreements and things like that, but they are all genuinely friends. They all love each other. One of my favorite lines comes from Rosa from season 5. She was telling Amy they were playing Never Have I Ever, and Amy had never done anything bad because she's like the perfectionist. And Rosa goes, dude, I love you, man, but your life is boring. Like, you know, they're just always there for each other. They're always there for a hug, and you know, it's just, that's great to see. They are genuinely like a family, and that is fantastic. The actors are all wonderful, and you can tell that they genuinely care about their characters, and that the writers genuinely care about their characters. Because if you go and watch the first episode of season 1 and then go and watch like the last episode of season 5 or any of the newer ones from season 5, you still recognize the characters from the beginning. You know, they've changed a little bit. Jake's matured a little bit. Amy's not as high-strung. Rosa's still scary as hell. And Boyle's kind of chilled out a little bit. Not too much. Everybody's kind of, like, toned things down. And to me, whenever you can do that, you can go back and watch, like, the first episode and then go watch the latest episode and see that the characters are the same. That's a mark of great writing, to me. That is a mark of just caring all around. You know, that's a mark of the actors really caring for their characters, and you know, maybe having input into some of their characters. I don't know about Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but I love that. I love being able to do that. So there's one thing, if you guys really like writing and you like characterization, Brooklyn Nine-Nine's got that for you, and it is 100% awesome. And before I forget, I've got to tell you about some of the episodes, my favorite episodes. There are so many good episodes, like it's hard to just pick one. Some of my favorite episodes are The Mattress, The New Captain, Moo Moo, Popcorn, Chasing Amy, Johnny and Dora, Watch Me Going, White Whale, 48 Hours, and Bachelorette Party. Those are just a handful of my favorites, but there is not one bad episode in the whole of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which is really rare for me to say for a TV show. Super rare. There's only one other show I can say that for, but Brooklyn Nine-Nine, absolutely no bad episodes whatsoever. Every episode is hilarious, and I have to give it up for all of their cold openings. The cold openings are so freaking funny. Some of them, I have to say, are better than like most half-hour comedies. Literally, they are that good. And last but not least, certainly not least, the fandom of Brooklyn Nine-Nine is the best. Absolutely the best. Guys, we saved Brooklyn Nine-Nine. The fans of the show saved Brooklyn Nine-Nine for being canceled. We tweeted out like crazy the whole day. We were depressed, we were sad, we were angry that Fox canceled Brooklyn Nine-Nine. That a day later, NBC swooped in and picked up Brooklyn Nine-Nine because we had a loud voice. We were like, no, you can't do this. The fans are very, very passionate. We love this show. And nowhere is that more seen to me than Tumblr. I know Tumblr's a little bit outdated, but there's a lot of passionate fans on there. There's a lot of gift sets that are awesome, a lot of like edits that are really, really cool on there. So I went on Tumblr a while ago and I asked a few fans, why do you like Brooklyn Nine-Nine? Why do you watch it? And I got some pretty good replies. Here are a few. One person said, it's a funny, progressive, intelligent comedy that doesn't dumb down for its audience. The representation in the show of gender, sexualities, races, and religions is the best on TV. And it doesn't use any of them as the butt of the joke, which is true. None of that is a butt of the joke, and if there are any racist remarks, sexual remarks, boom, usually shot down really fast. Person goes on to say, it also expresses that family doesn't necessarily mean blood. So true. The whole squad is a family. Holt is like a dad for Jake. Totally, totally true. Another person says, it's hilarious without being insulting, healthy relationships, POC, Latina, and LGBTQ representation. And my favorite comment from somebody, they said, it is rewatchable AF. Literally gets more genius and hysterical with every watch. Very true. Literally every watch it gets more genius and hysterical because I catch certain things that I've missed over the course of watching the show over and over and over again. And last but not least, possibly one of the most important things of why you should go and watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine and what makes it so, so great and worth giving your time to. One person said, it addresses issues that other shows and even society won't address. Totally, totally true. In the episode Mumu, Terry was arrested for being black. He didn't have his badge on him. He was in his neighborhood where he lived, and a cop thought he was just causing trouble when he was just looking for his kid's toy. You have Rosa, when she came out, her parents weren't accepting. There's a lot of other issues too. Like the way they just face those issues, they talk about those issues, very, very sensitive, very good, very intelligent. So that was a lot of reasons to go and watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I hope you guys stayed for the end of this. Yeah, Brooklyn Nine-Nine is a great, great show. I can't encourage you guys enough. If you have not watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine, go do it. You will love it. You will be thanking me and thanking all the other people out there who watch it, and maybe they've told you to go watch it. You will be thanking them in the end. So please go watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Those were all the reasons I could think of, some of the reasons that I was sent, why you should go and watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine as soon as you can. You can watch it on Hulu here in America, and overseas you can watch it on Netflix. Go do that as soon as you can. So thanks guys for watching this video, and if you get into Brooklyn Nine-Nine, you know, leave them in the comments. If you watch the show, let me know who your favorite characters are, what's your favorite episode, your favorite storyline, anything you want to talk about, let me know in the comments. And if you like this video and would like to see more reviews and maybe TV shows and definitely movies, because that's what I do, hit that subscribe button and you'll get more. So thanks guys for watching this, and I hope you go watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Have a great day.